Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Baldur's Gate 3, where we are wretched souls, hopelessly trapped in the House of Hope. Or at least that's what we want everyone to think. We're actually cool badasses. And we're going to potentially do things in a sort of correct fashion this time. Unlike my last two visits here. It's all looking pretty ordinary out here. There's a prison hatchway there. But we're just going to stroll around.
I heard a step upon the boards as something wicked came toward.
What are you chatting about? Errant soul. There's probably all sorts of interesting dialogue that could be had in this place.
I deserve this. Thank you.
But we just really want to get through.
Show your invitation.
Show our invitation, you say? We don't have an invitation.
Over here!
Oh, let's hope.
Hello again, little mice. The price for speaking is steep, but I must give warning. Your prize is just ahead in the archive, but you can't take it yet. And even if you could, you mustn't. Trigger the alarm, and Raphael will come swooping home on wings of malice to rip out your soul. In this house, thieves are melted like butter and spread onto toast. Shh. I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again.
I need you to stay calm, Hope, and guide me.
I can. I shall. I can. I shall. The archivist is the key. But he's as stubborn as a king and as serious as a heart attack. Exploit his fiddling weakness and make him grovel! Oh no. They hear me. Speak quickly, speak softly. You know how this goes.
I'm not surprised they hear you with all the yelling that you're doing. However, wisdom, intelligence, charisma, these are not our strong suits. We do have a little rapture bonus though, maybe that'll help? Nope, doesn't seem like it will.
You hesitate a moment too long, and Hope begins to fidget and panic.
I don't hear a thing, Sir Jailer, except for the gentle cracking of my ribs.
Hope vanishes from sight, and the house seems to tighten around you like a constricting artery.
It's probably fine. Now, what have we in here?
But I will not let you bring disorder into the archive.
I'm not bringing anything, you little fusspot. I'm just here to watch the story unfold.
Wonderful.
Well. Look what we have here. Can't resist the faintest hint of a temptation, can you? I suppose that makes two of us. That little disguise Hope gave you is adorable. I can see right through it, of course. And so will Raphael. He's going to notice you nosing around his house. I hope you're ready to face a very angry devil.
Why don't you run off and tell him, Corilla? You love tattling to Daddy, don't you?
What are you doing here, Corilla?
Me? This is home base. I'm not even going to ask what you're doing here. Plausible deniability. Might want to steer clear of my sister Hope, though. She's mad as a March hare. If she'd just agreed to serve Raphael, he'd probably have released her a long time ago. As things stand, she's his favorite toy. We're all mad here. But Hope and hell? Why, that's the definition of insanity.
Hope is your sister?
She is. Though we've got about as much in common as a princess and a pauper. Raphael offered her the world. She didn't want it. He sweetened the deal. She said no. No matter how many times he upped the ante, she just laughed in his face. He didn't like that. Eventually, he took her by force. Trapped her and swore he wouldn't let her go till she gave him what he wanted. Conversion. The stubborn ass has endured more torment than any soul should be able to. Even when he took all of her skin, she held on to hope. Raphael finds that puzzling. And he loves puzzles. You being here is another puzzle. You don't seem like you want to die. You want my advice? Enjoy whatever life remains to you. When Raphael catches you, you'll never enjoy anything again.
Sound advice.
A guest? Are you a client of the Master, or a visitor from elsewhere in the Hells? I do not believe you were invited. One moment. I shall consult the visitor's schedule.
His eyes flicker back and forth as if he is reading a book. He has the schedule memorized. Or it's carved into his eyelids.
Or both.
Most irregular. The schedule is all but clear, and yet you are here.
So we could read his thoughts. We do have the D6 on our side, but I don't know how hard the roll is. Easy. That's how hard it is.
No visitors expected, other than Carilla Hearthflame and Verilius Receptor, Zariel's High Inquisitor.
Yep, that's who we are. We are Verilius Receptor, Zariel's High Inquisitor. Now this roll should be just fine.
A thousand apologies, O majestic magistrate of the Infernal Court. Your mortal guise is so vile, I found it perfectly convincing. I would prostrate myself before you and kiss your calluses, but my spine is ruptured in 1,000 places. You do know how Raphael likes to play. As always, the archive is yours to peruse. You'll find everything accounted for, and I can present documents of procurement if necessary.
Might have to confiscate some of these artifacts.
You may examine them, O diabolical dominatrix, but they cannot be removed unless you present a writ of infernal requisition with Article 152 correctly filled out.
Very well. Any highlights in the collection?
A fine pair of gauntlets that allow the wearer to twist the head from even the most resilient malingerer.
Ooh.
An amulet that causes the blood to surge and the heart to swell, along with other parts.
Ooh.
Most invigorating.
We've got other parts.
And awaiting installation, we have secured a rod that gathers the weave around it in great quantities, just as surely as shit gathers flies.
Interesting. So, we've learned a thing or two. We haven't got the invitation, though.
I see the Orphic hammer has caught your eye. It really is a magnificent exhibit. Wholly unique.
Are we allowed to get an invitation by speaking to him again? No. I'd like to see the hammer, though, please.
An exquisite and most unique artifact. Crafted with materials hewn from the depths of the Hells by Raphael's Merrigan labor force. As it was created by Raphael himself, we have no documents of procurement, nor do we require any. But if you wish to examine the artifact itself, you are more than welcome. As part of the special collection, that item is guarded by a master word that even I do not know. I suggest you wait until Raphael returns, and you can discuss the matter with him. You are welcome to relax in the boudoir until then. It is where Raphael conducts his most private matters of business and pleasure. You will need this to gain access. The resident of the boudoir will wish to explore every inch of your new form, and I'm sure you will be happy to share.
Wonderful. So we've got the invitation we need to get into the boudoir. We could at this stage rob some stuff as well, perhaps. But we don't need to right now. We could come back after we've been to the boudoir and rob stuff. Also, we could have a look at that as well, if we felt like it.
That might be worth a look.
Now, there's a couple of checks involved here. I know that one of them's a wisdom check, which would mean Will would be best served to have a crack at it. Okay, that was one way of succeeding. And then is that followed by a second check? Arcana. Oh, is he still wearing the warped headband? Whoops. But also good. That won't do it, though.
An infernal gem seething in its cage, protecting the secrets of its master.
What were you wearing on your head, Will? Would it have been the Grimskull helm? It would have, wouldn't it? I believe that now we are just on the Arcana check, so let's have Gale have a go. Yeah, the wisdom has been passed. Gale passes the Arcana check with ease. And we're in. What find we here? A Helldusk helmet, which also protects against crits. It gives a bonus to saving throws against spells. And you can see in magical and ordinary darkness up to 12 meters. Well, that sounds pretty good. And there's a contract. Doesn't look as though we can read it, unfortunately, but it's a contract with Mole's name on it, so we'll take that with us. We may as well grab the Staff of Spell Power whilst we're here. What's that going to do for us? +1 bonus. So it's got Arcane Enchantment, it's got Arcane Battery. The next spell you cast doesn't cost a spell slot. Ooh. That's quite impressive.
Salutations.
Is it better than Woe? Woe gives us a bit of healing, which is nice. Gale's not protected from crits or anything, so any healing he can get is generally good. Although maybe we give him the Necklace of Big Health once we guess it. Now, what have you got? Resistance to fire damage on the Grimskull helm. We'll probably replace that with the Helldusk helm once we're done with the House of Hope. But it might be useful to have fire resistance in here. And now we've got into the boudoir. Properly. Hello, Hope.
The Archivist told you to cool off in the boudoir. Well, here it is. A horrid place where pleasure is pain and pain is pleasure and hope cannot live at all.
Any advice before I head inside?
Everything in this house exists for Raphael's pleasure and Raphael's pleasure alone. That includes Raphael himself, whatever form he takes.
Interesting. Now, I'm fairly sure that even on honor mode, you can use the Faucet as frequently as you like. But I'm not going to risk it just yet. There's a boot on.
A lost little mouse is running through the house.
Oh, gods. What the fuck have I stumbled into?
Save me saying it.
In the night, greedy and here to take. Why are you here, little thief?
Let's take the Orphic Hammer. You can't stop me.
Raphael all but spent himself to get that hammer. And you want to take it off him? This is very naughty. Whatever are we to do? Why don't we play a game? You win, I give you everything you desire. But you'll enjoy yourself more if you lose.
I'm not going to play with you.
There is one way to leave here alive, darling. Play with me. Pretty, please. I'd hate to have to kill you.
Well, if that's how it's going to go, put them up.
You will make a pretty feast.
Now, where is Harlep? Over there, by the bed. Big fisticuffs. Well, bam. Ethereal escape. Oh yes, Harlep banishes themselves, don't they? So that's pretty much all we can do this turn. Is there a trap on that button? Yeah, there is. But that's also revealed a bunch of buggers. Which means Mo could attack again. Wonderful. Karlach, do you want to stab someone? Thought you might. Double stabs. We like this. Now Gale. Vengeful Imps. They probably don't mind fire. Yes. They actually don't mind ice, which I find curious and unfortunate. Force, though. Yeah, force works just fine. Now they get to have a go. Eldritch Blast. Now their version pushes people around, so we need to be careful. What are you going to get up to? Anything? You having a think? Harlep's having a think. Harlep's getting beaten up. Okay. Now, because they're back, we should be able to smack them again. Could give them a Divine Smite. They don't have like Radiant Retort, do they? Good. Yeah, that's pretty good damage all round. And then this one gets taken out too. Wonderful.
That's curious.
Karlach. Would you just like to stab this bugger a bunch? Excellent. And now we're just waiting for Harlep to return. Incubus Charm appears to have failed because Mo is still doing alright. Wonderful. Should we go for another Divine Smite? Maybe. Blam. Yeah, it's nice damage. He's escaped again, so I guess we'll just all chillax. I'm not quite sure why it's taken him so long to decide what to do on each of his turns, but it's fine. Okay, now Mo's been charmed. That's sad. We don't like that. Is there anything we can do to protect Mo at this point? Maybe if Karlach can do something, but I don't know if she can. I mean, she could web. That might slow Mo down a bit, although Mo can fly. She could fog. There we go. We got Sonic Backlash for our troubles. And Mo's raged. And... okay, she's bonked. Well, things could be worse there. Yeah, that could definitely have been worse. Now Harlep's done nothing this turn. There we go. Problem solved. So what have we got? The Helldust Gloves. You gain a bonus to spell attack rolls and spell save DC. Your weapon attacks deal extra fire damage. Your unarmed attacks deal extra necrotic damage. It's kind of cool. Slightly better damage on each hit than the flawed gloves that Karlach has. But she can also possibly inflict bleeding. Although that might just be unarmed attacks. Will, I don't think, has used a Channel Oath spell at any stage throughout the playthrough, although I could be wrong on that. I do like the Braces of Defense, so let's give it to Will. Now we've got a key to a safe. 5 soul coins. Karlach can have them. And we've got the password.
Keyword. This will help us get what we need from the archive.
Wonderful. So we can't do much about Hope until we've got the hammer, I don't think. So I guess it's just a case of go back to the archive and steal said hammer. But I would like some other goods too. Let's go this way, because it looks like the archivist has gone that way. And let's get Karlach. Oh no, the archivist is in fact coming this way. Stop following the archivist. Okay, he's just following us wherever we go, so let's just all stand in the middle here. And maybe he'll just stick with the main body of our crew. Okay, no one seems to be watching, so let's disarm the plate. Wonderful. We got away with some gloves. Mo, you're getting a bonus to attack and damage rolls with weapons, but how would you prefer to have 23 strength? It's only actually 1 more strength than your current. I thought it was higher, but it turns out it's not. Maybe we don't need those then on Mo. It would allow me to rejig some of her other stats, so she's got higher int, wisdom and charisma for saving throws. But no, maybe I don't actually need those gloves on anyone. I could have made a deal with Helsik to give her the gloves after all. I had it in my mind that they were like 27 strength or something, but that's obviously not the case.
What's that?
Nearly got spotted hanging about here, but we didn't. We'll definitely need this though. The old Amulet of Greater Health. I'd like to give that to Gale because he is the most fragile of the crew. But now he's got an extra 50 HP. It's basically giving him 50% extra HP. And it gives him advantage on Constitution saving throw checks, which are the ones that you use for thingamajig, concentration, I believe. So that's good news all round. I think it's time to kick off in here and just generally cause a ruckus.
There it is. The Orphic hammer, right within reach. A magical field surrounds the item, preventing you or anyone from touching it. You surmise it's controlled by a vocal component. Magic words.
Give me my heart's desire.
The magic blinks away at your words.
Ready yourself. Raphael won't give up his treasure without a fight.
Well, a fight is what we do best, Will. The hammer is mine.
Just rang Raphael's dinner bell. But you are the entire. You claim to be who you are not. Stole from my master, and now you expect to leave. The moment you step outside this room, all hells will break loose. A hopeless situation.
We'll see how hopeless this is. It's time to kick some hellish ass. Karlach knows a thing or two about that.
I've got good news. Bad news. Worst news. Good news. You got what you came for. Successful visit. Great success. Fantastic work. Bad news. So many things will be on fire when you step outside of this room. You included. That's okay, though, right? It's hell. You expected it to be hot. Worst news, Raphael's on his way home, and oh boy, he is spitting mad. You planned for this. I know you did. You have everything under control. It's really important that you don't panic, even when your eyes evaporate from the heat. Come to my prison, bring the hammer, break my chains, and then we exit stage any which way.
I'll be there.
Quick as a cockroach, lickety-split, if you don't mind.
It's fine, Hope. Why is everyone so anxious about this? We're going to be fine. I mean, there's a big flaming ball in the corridor. But that's fine. It's all fine. Gale is the weak link of the team, probably. What with his fire attacks. But he does have other attacks. So he could throw one at... Do we need to actually do the 15 damage to that thing? Or is one hit enough to change its disguise? Okay, we did 10 damage and then it changed. So... Cold the Weak though. But that's fine. We've now got a Hell Sphere to fight and a Vengeful Boar. We can deal with this. Oh, there's a bugger over there who'll probably want to get involved at some point. Karlach, how do you feel about fire damage? Are you that bothered? Not majorly bothered, you're slightly bothered. Being in here is going to leave us on fire quite a bit because we've got a lot of melee characters. But that's fine. Maybe. No, you've got Hellfire though, haven't you? We don't like Hellfire as much. We can live with regular fire, but we don't like Hellfire. But Mo can heal herself with her sword, so that's good. And if we keep staying away from the fireball, maybe that's also good. But we also want it dealt with, lickety-split. It's pretty resistant to Radiant as well. It's resistant to a lot of things. What's it not resistant to? Force? Maybe we'll just make our way up this way and Gale can just sort of deal with it as and when he gets the opportunity.
By the teeth in my arteries.
Ooh, don't have teeth in your arteries. That's not where teeth live. Okay, who have we just let into the fight now? An imp. That's fine. Eldritch Blast, pushing people about. Maybe that's fine. Although it might push us back into the Hell Sphere. That's fine. We saved against that ram. So... Gale.
I speak, they burn.
Eldritch Blast, please. Not amazing damage. TBH. Where did that imp go? It's over there. Okay.
Don't get too close.
We've got good odds of hitting imps. Now, Karlach. Yeah, let's try and stab up this thing a bit more. Can't hurt to do a bit of damage to it, I guess. And Will's going to be marching forward and therefore dealing with the imp. I hope. And Mo, yeah, go on then. Hit it, Mo. You do good damage to it, even if it's resisting some of our damage. Now, imp is going to Eldritch Blast again. We saved against one of it. Good. Will could do a bit of a flap. And there goes the imp. Wonderful. What are you? You kind of set Mo on fire to some extent. Hope, even. You are a vengeful boar. Very good. You didn't do anything? Or are you confused? Okay, it was confused. It just did nothing. Very well. Karlach, would you like to approach it? And give it some pings with your bow. Nice. Can't argue with that sort of damage. And then let's see. Mo, do your thing again. Ah. Critical miss, and then nearly a second one. But for some reason on the second one we got the option of reckless attack, but on the first we didn't. Most unusual, I would say. Now, Gale. Blam blam blam. Not a great deal of damage. But it's more than 0. And then you two can float over here. Will, do you want to just shoot it? 14. You can do 14 in 2 hits, right? You can do it in 1 hit. What a guy. And you can't reveal our next opponent just yet. Okie doke. They're going to come in and ask us to pop them first, which we can do. Assuming we don't keep critical missing. Here we go. Oh, Will got burned. That's fine. It's an imp. It looks as though the hellfire is fully surrounding this lad now. That's not great. We don't want hellfire in our lives. We just want regular fire. We'll keep ourselves healed up nicely. I suppose we could dash again, couldn't we? Get back our temporary HP. And then Gale can do his thing. And off he goes. Will, you're already on fire, so why not just march in and smack that lad? Yeah, that bug is definitely spreading hellfire wherever it goes. So it's more of the same. More smacking around of this big round friend at the back. That was better damage. Well done, Will. Gale, even. I know your name.
I guess, I hope I'm right. My prison is just on the right.
Yeah, your prison is probably on the right, but we are not quite there yet. Do we want to fire more shots at this Hellsphere? Why not? Because they all miss, that's why. Oh, there we go, one of them hit. And we've got a guiding bolt on it. No. Karlach, can you finish it off, maybe? Call the weak and all that? Nope. Okie doke.
Time to push my luck again.
One can't
Gale.
always be a gentleman.
Blam blam blam. Cool, we're out of combat. Now we could, at this point, check if the boudoir does its thing. But I think we're also just as happy with a short rest. Might be another goon or two between us and the prison. Oh, there's another Hellsphere. Okay. Didn't ask for this. And this guy is probably going to be close enough now to get us. Yep. Okay. It's a Maragon. Do we deal with this Hellsphere, or do we just run away from it? Because if we can get to the prison, it won't follow us in, obviously. Hisk. You'd think Karlach the Ranger would be better at, you know, ranged attacks.
Fleet of foot.
Fortunately, Will the Paladin is quite good at them, it seems. And then I suppose Gale can try some Eldritch Blast. It looks like he's on Hellfire rather than regular fire. 6 to 36 fire damage at the end of his turn. Let's fly away. We don't want that. Whee. Okay, so here it comes. There isn't the prison. There is the prison. I guess we just keep flying. Hellsphere won't catch us. Oops. I've pressed a thing. Didn't even know you could press things up there.
I could scream.
Now, what about you? You're a Maragon. Cool, we even got sneak attack off with Mo. Camera's doing its best to confuse us, but off we go. Karlach, you want to do your shoots? Nice. May as well fire some shots with the other two at the sphere. They got nothing else to do with their turn. Now Mo. We are in fact at the prison. She's in, no one else is. That's not good enough. We need everyone else to be in there too, so... Come on, Karlach. And now the rest of the crew. So here we are. In the prison itself. Let's see what we can't do in here.
Careful.
Oh.
The jailer will swallow you whole if you take another step. And you won't be able to see me while you're being digested. You found my prison. My body is held in chains just beyond. The whole house is tumbling down and Raphael striding across the plains to come catch a mouse. Now swing that big, beautiful hammer, crack open my chains, and let's get out of here. It's time to fly this coop on a hope and a prayer.
I think we'll kill everyone first, then we'll save you, if that's okay.
You sound so brave, but we really don't have a choice.
So, the door. There's a button. There's hope. There's a spectator. And a second one. And there's also imps, I believe. This is what we're dealing with here. Sneaky, sneak, quiet, like. No one really seems to have noticed us just yet. Is that going to allow us to get the advantage? Oh. Okay, someone's noticed us after all. Well, are you within shooting distance of that imp? You are. So there you go, you're in the fight. Gale, you are right at the back, so... Let's see, you should be able to get a shot off on that. Path is interrupted. There we go. It's not fully interrupted. And then Karlach. So at least 3 of the crew are going to get sneaky attacks in, by the look of it. Wonderful. Now it's on. Karlach, do you want to fly somewhere? You do, because there's imps at the back. Imps are the problem. As previously discussed, the imps have got the ability to push back with their Eldritch Blasts. We don't like that. Big pushback in this place could be a death sentence. Oh, there's an imp up there. That's not great. What if we dash and fly? We can fly right up here. That should save Karlach from getting shoved anywhere she doesn't want to be. As for Mo, she could fly where exactly? She's going to have a harder time getting to anywhere useful, perhaps. But she can fly to here. And she can shoot her bow. And get off a sneak attack as well. So that's another imp down. Wonderful. There's one over that side too. Who are you targeting there? I don't think it's Mo. It's Gale. That's fine. Will can fly to the middle perhaps? Potentially could fly up there, but then he is asking to get shot off by some bugger. It does spread the party out, which is good. So, let's do it. Yeah, he's got a bonus action Misty Step if he needs it. It's good damage. Do we Misty Step to be on the safe side? It's probably smart. Oh, these have got Ocular Nightmare, have they? Wow. That's the worst. And Paranoid Dreams. But Ocular Nightmare is generally the worst. Where are you going? Okay, that's fine. Now you're looking around for the invisible mode. And failing to find her. Gale's kind of already had his turn. You could fly to the middle. And take a shot at this one, which might work. Sweet. I'm pleased with that. Now, what's this imp going to get up to? That's going to be aimed at Gale. I think I will counterspell that one. These buggers are just going to do things with eyes. That's what they do. They're both flying over there. I mean, that's not really a problem. We can also fly. We have an imp up there. And one over there. And a Mo in the middle. Okay, we've no longer got an imp on this side. And I think that'll do for Mo's turn. Karlach, do you want to stab this guy? Yeah. Okay, that... what just happened exactly? She got befuddled. Okay. Didn't realise that was going to be a thing. Ah, Panic Sentinel. If any creature within range moves, it can kick off. It can't do that multiple times, right? Okay, apparently it can do it multiple times because it's just killed Will. What a shitter. Which means he's lost all of his buffs as well when we resurrect him. Absolute ball bag. Didn't see that coming, I'll admit. Yeah, get smacked. Now, kind of confused by that, but that's fine. Yep, you do your thing. We'll save against it this time. Good. Can we shove you? We do have an 83% chance. But of course it doesn't work because you can fly. Wish Will could. And then a critical miss. Because why not? Gale. You can actually use fire magic in here, can't you? Yeah, these things aren't resistant to fire magic, so Maybe it's time to use some spell slots. Although it is building up its paranoid gubbins now. But that's fine, because it's only next to one person. That one's done a wounding around Karlach. Oh, now it's coming over to say hello to Gale. Kind of annoying. Can we hit this one, or is it gonna... Yeah, tried a paralysing ray and failed. Wonderful. It's almost dead. Karlach, you could potentially finish it off if you can get over there. Nice. Then... Can you attack that bugger as well? You can. Or you can try to. No, is Gale within range? If he tries to move, is he at risk of getting a paralysing ray himself? It seems not. Good. So we can do decent damage to it. And then he can back away. Good. It definitely wants Gale. Or does it? It's gone for Karlach again. Hellish Rebuke? Blam. Bit of extra fire damage, because why not? Now Gale. What if we just say heck it? We're going to go and rest after this. You can do your Ocular Nightmare. It doesn't do a lot to anyone, really. Good. And Karlach, can you... Oh no, Karlach has been affected by something. Yep, she's befuddled again. Okay. Mo, would you like to ping that bad boy? Wonderful. So we've survived the fight, mostly. Can we just smack these crystals, or do we need the Orphic Hammer in our midst? I think we need the hammer.
Free! I never thought I would be believed I could be hoped I might be. Heads will roll! But we must dress the Holophant in the room. I can see how you avoid looking at me. I must be so terribly mutilated after all these decades of torture. Don't hold back. Tell me how bad it is.
You look fine, you're just absolutely insane. But you do look perfectly normal.
We both know that's not true, but thank you for being so kind.
Seriously, there's nothing wrong with you, physically.
I hope that was a compliment. We'll carve our way to the entrance hall and chop Raphael into messes. That's the hopeful version, of course. The likely version is that we are the messes and he is the chopper.
Nah.
Onwards!
I'm pretty sure we're the chopper and he's the mess. But before we can find out, we probably want Will back on the team. Let's get back onto solid ground. I don't know if we're going to have to deal with a Hellsphere. But let's have a look. Have we got a scroll? Or is it going to make us... Okay, it's going to make us go back over and find Will's little blue light before we can revive him. It's too much for us to hope that it would just work by the entrance. Okay, that's fine. You, come back.
My time's running out.
Yeah, whatevs. I mean, yeah, you do look a bit knackered, but maybe that's fine. Come with me, Will. Let's just go back to the entrance. I don't know if we're going to run into a Hellsphere out here. But we can pop over the short rest, because where's the harm? And Hellsphere is in fact back. Okay. But it's not recovered its health, so that's fine. We'll just kill this. And then we'll go and rest in the boudoir, and then we'll be ready for friend Raphael. Blam. And... Biff. And Flee. Yeah, we all know how this goes. We just smack it a bunch and then we fly away and then we smack it a bunch more. Although Will does lack the movement speed to actually get away from the damn thing. Got a bunch of spells on Old Hope, but we don't have aid, unfortunately, otherwise we could buff friend Will a bit. Do we want to really do much of anything? Glekius. Mo can give it the old bams. Wonderful. Fly away. It might just go down this turn, you know. Let's see. Will. Wonderful. He is kind of on fire. Roiling hellfire, no less.
My time's running out.
Maybe don't stand on fire then, Will, you div. Let's just wait patiently, and the fire might go away. There we go. No more fire for us. Only boudoirs. And now we can see if the boudoir is only going to work once, or if I was just being overly cautious. Well, it looks like we could use it multiple times if we wished, but we don't need to, so that's grand. Now, before I forget, because I'm inevitably going to forget if I wrap up before we do this, elixirs. What have we got? We have 1 elixir of fire resistance. I feel like they would be quite useful in this fight. We can craft 2 more. So let's do that. Is there anything else that we might desperately require? Elixir of Sea Invisibility might help. But no. Tadpole Elixir? Tongue of Madness. So I guess that's possibly the one that Amelia made for us? Maybe? Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we might need, so let us have a few elixirs of fire resistance on people. Mo is probably our sturdiest, so maybe she instead has Bloodlust. Everyone else can have a little sip of a nice fire resistance elixir. Wonderful. And we're as ready as we'll ever be to go and face off against Raphael, but that is going to have to wait until next time. So until then, thanks for watching, friends.